कट लगा है। आपके एडिशनल एसपी को नहीं मालूम है कि पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट का थाना चलता कैसे है? क्या वो डायरेक्ट आईपीएस है क्या? ही इज फ्रॉम स्टेट सर्विस, डीएसपी बना होगा वो आदमी। उसको यह नहीं मालूम है कि पुलिस थाना कैसे चलता है, उसको यह नहीं मालूम कि रोज नामचा थाना क्या होते हैं, उसको यह नहीं मालूम कि जराइम रजिस्टर क्या होता है। और आप कहते हैं कि विदिन 24 आवर्स, what type of officers you are having? No, I don't want any action. I will issue notice to him, to your SP and to your additional SP. आप लोग आंख बंद करके बेईमानी को प्रमोट करते हैं। ये इन्फ्रेंस मैं क्यों ना ड्रॉ करूं? और दैट दे विल बी रिक्वायर्ड टू आंसर। इस आदमी को मिस्टर स्वप्निल गंगोली, I am least concerned about your intentions. If you say that your officers are negligent, if you say that their officers do not know anything, then you are the better person to judge whether they should be retained in service or not. It is none of my business to say anything. अगर आप कहते हैं कि ये डेलिबरेटली नहीं किया गया है, तो इसका मतलब इनको पुलिस रेगुलेशंस नहीं मालूम है। इसका मतलब इनको पुलिस रेगुलेशंस नहीं मालूम है। मैं आपसे बात सीधी सी कर रहा हूं। 12 तारीख को जब यहां से नोटिस चला गया था विद स्पेसिफिक डायरेक्शन टू द एसपी, लीपापोती कर रहे हैं आपके एसपी बैठ के। व्हाई योर एडिशनल एसपी could not come to the conclusion even after 4 days, whereas the entire matter required only 1 minute. क्या समझ रखा है आप लोगों ने अपने आप को? I don't want anything. Keep your SP present tomorrow and your additional SP. देखते हैं, उनका भी नॉलेज देखते हैं सर। No sir, sorry. You are playing with the lives of the people and saying sorry. This person who is the CSP of that area for the last 2 years, he is making the statement that he has recently joined. कैसे ये बोल सकते हैं कि सर मैंने अभी ज्वाइन किया था, whereas he has already spent 2 years in that area. जब 12 तारीख को आपको पता चल गया था कि अब यह मैटर ओपन हो गया है, योर ऑफिसर्स डिड नॉट टेक केयर इवन टू लुक इनटू दिस डॉक्यूमेंट्स, और आप मेरे सामने लीपापोती कर रहे हैं बैठ के। व्हाट इज योर आंसर मिस्टर सीएसपी? हाउ द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अ पर्सन विदाउट देयर बीइंग एनी एंट्री इन द रोजनामा थाना वाज रिकॉर्डेड? Mr. CSP, whether a day-to-day proceedings are to be recorded in the रोजनामा थाना या फिर आप पूरे महीने का एक दिन लिख देंगे। आइडियली मतलब आप आइडियली काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये आप कहना चाह रहे हो आई विल रिकॉर्ड एवरीथिंग। आपका पुलिस रेगुलेशन क्या कहता है? डे टू डे, और आप जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं। नहीं सर, आपके एसपी तक ने रिकॉर्ड नहीं देखा, आपके एडिशनल एसपी तक ने रिकॉर्ड नहीं देखा, और आप मेरे से कह रहे हैं कि हम लोग इंक्वायरी करेंगे। आई एम लीस्ट कंसर्न आप किसी को नौकरी में रखें, चाहे उसकी प्रमोशन करें, चाहे उसको सस्पेंड करें या निकालें, नन ऑफ माई बिजनेस। My jurisdiction is confined as to whether the investigation was done with a malified intention, with the intention to protect the accused persons, or whether they are guilty to be prosecuted for offence under PC Act. You have misused your office to protect the accused persons. Why you should not be prosecuted for offences under PC Act? Whether the police department is exempted from the PC Act? No, what do you mean by no? अब आप भूल जाइए सर, आपको ज्यादा पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट का ज्यादा पता नहीं है। आज आप ही रहिए सामने सर, आप तो थानों के इंचार्ज है ना सर, पता तो चले आपके भी नॉलेज का। आपने जराइम रजिस्टर कल देखा था? आपने देखा? आपने उसके बाद रोजनामा थाना बुलवाया जल्दबाजी में, आपको पता ही नहीं है कुछ। आप माफी मत मांगिएगा सर, मेरे से मत मांगिए, आई एम नॉट योर एम्प्लॉयर। These persons know that the judges do not know anything. They are living in a fool's paradise that they can make anybody a fool. This is what impression they are carrying. और ये कहते हैं हमसे माफी मांगेंगे, क्यों मांगेंगे माफी हमसे सर? Whether I am an employer of these officers. My only jurisdiction is to find out whether the investigation was tainted, malafide, done with a motive to protect the accused persons or not. That is all. And I'm not going to travel beyond that. My question is that if your additional SP could not give a report within 4 days, which required only 1 minute, why I should not draw an inference that he was trying to protect these police officers? When a direction was to the SP to submit his affidavit, why he has not looked into all these aspects and why he has delegated his authority to the additional SP who is sitting over the matter? Whether I had given any direction to the additional SP? आपके एसपी को शर्म आती है इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने में? क्यों नहीं? क्यों नहीं उसने फाइल खुद देखी? क्यों नहीं देखी उसने फाइल? प्लीज टेल मी। उसने उठा के एडिशनल एसपी को दे दी, एडिशनल एसपी ने उठा के अपना बैठ गए, तकिया बना के सो गए। सॉरी सर, लेट मी पास द ऑर्डर। इलेक्शन होगा या नहीं होगा, आई एम लीस्ट कंसर्न। मुझे आप ये बताइए मुझे कितने मिनट लगे? मुझे बताइए मुझे कितने मिनट लगे? मिस्टर गांगुली, डोंट ट्राई टू टेक द शेल्टर ऑफ इलेक्शंस। मैं अनुरोध कर रहा था आपसे। आप अनुरोध मत कीजिए सर। मैं 1 मिनट नहीं दे रहा हूं। मैं 1 मिनट नहीं दे रहा हूं आपको। And I am not going to comment upon this closure report which they have filed. I will simply comment upon the action of these officers, the manner in which they have conducted everything. सीधे सीधे इन्होंने फर्जी स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड किए। And this person is saying idly. What do you mean by idly? It is the requirement of the police regulations. There is a lapse on the part. Lapse? How? अरे यार मिस्टर ये बताइएगा। No. आप भूल जाइए। आई एम डायरेक्टिंग फॉर द प्रोसिक्यूशन ऑफ दिस ऑफिसर्स अंडर द पीसी एक्ट। नो सर, सॉरी प्लीज। तो द टाइम हैज कम दैट द पुलिस शुड रियलाइज कि सब ये कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं, जो मर्जी आए। मजाक बना के रखा हुआ इन लोगों ने। मजाक बिल्कुल नहीं बना। क्या 2017 में आपका क्लोजर रिपोर्ट रिजेक्ट हो गई, 2021 में डायरी सो कॉल्ड डायरी खोली जाती है, मजाक नहीं था? अभी भी इसको आप कहते हैं कि मजाक नहीं है। उसके बाद डायरी खोली जाती है, जराइम रजिस्टर में उसकी कोई एंट्री नहीं की जाती है। 4 दिन इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना दिखाया जाता है, उसमें से 3 दिन की कोई प्रोग्राम का सारा एंट्रीज नहीं है। आप कहते हैं कि मजाक नहीं है। उसके बाद डायरी रोका के फिर से छुपा दी जाती है जब तक ये पिटीशन यहां पर नहीं आती है। आप कहते हैं मजाक नहीं है। तो फिर किसको पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट मजाक समझती, वो भी बता दीजिए सर। Malintention, you are nobody to give a certificate to the department. You are nobody to give a certificate to the department. मैं आपसे सीधा सा पूछ रहा हूं, Mr. Ganguly, instead of giving your conclusion for which you are not authorized and you are not empowered, please explain. Just I am giving you an opportunity to explain the things. Don't give your conclusion. Right? It is my duty, my jurisdiction to draw an inference that what should be done or what should not be done. Sir, no, sir. Mr. Ganguly, if you want to answer my queries, then you are welcome. Otherwise, so, sir, you can understand what I want to say to you. Mr. Ganguly, are you ready to answer my queries? Then you are welcome, sir. 2017 में ये क्लोजर रिपोर्ट रिजेक्ट होती है और 2021 तक कुछ नहीं किया जाता है। Is it a casual attitude or it is a gross negligence? अब आपसे मैं कंक्लूजन नहीं मांगूंगा क्योंकि it is my duty to give a conclusion. Just to explain कि भाई ये कैजुअलनेस थी कि ग्रॉस था। आप जो भी आप आंसर देंगे उससे मैं कंक्लूजन ड्रॉ करूंगा। They did not open the diary for 4 long years. They did not enter the result of the closure report in the Jaraim register. अभी तो डायरी नहीं ली है मैंने। डायरी लाए हैं? दे दीजिए वो भी। सीएसपी साहब, एक दिन में जो काम किया जाता है वो डायरी में लिखा जाता है कि नहीं लिखा जाता? लिखा है? लिखा है क्या? ये अपना 25 जनवरी का कुछ लिखा है? 15 फरवरी का कुछ लिखा है? 21 फरवरी का कुछ लिखा है? 21 जुलाई का कुछ लिखा है? कुछ नहीं लिखा है। इसको क्या कहोगे? क्या कहेंगे सर आप? और आप उसमें बयान दर्ज कर रहे हैं और आपके किसी प्रोसीडिंग्स में उसकी एंट्रीज नहीं है, तो इसका क्या कंक्लूजन ड्रॉ किया जाए कि ये फर्जी बयान थे कि जेन्युइन बयान थे? ये डायरी प्रोसीडिंग्स लिखने का औचित्य क्या है, जरा इसके ऊपर प्रकाश डालेंगे? क्यों करते हैं ऐसा? क्यों लिखा जाता है सर? आप तो सुपरवाइजरी पावर्स एक्सरसाइज कर रहे हैं ना। आपसे मैं इस केस के बारे में नहीं पूछ रहा हूं, वैसे पूछ रहा हूं डे टू डे करने का कारण क्या है। और आपकी हरकतों को क्रॉस चेक करना नहीं है क्या? क्या? पुलिस रेगुलेशन लाओ भाई। डेली ये जो डायरी मेंटेन करते हैं उसके प्रोविजंस निकालिए, दे दो, वहीं दे दो। सर अब आपकी जरूरत पड़ेगी। हाँ जी, पैरा 634 क्या कहता है सर? हम्म जी सर, क्या कहता है सर 642?
The diary prescribed by section 172 criminal procedure code, the law requires that it should show the time at which the information on which the investigation is based reached the writer, the time at which he began and closed his investigation, the place or
कोई एक एडिशनल कॉपी नहीं है क्या किताब? जी सर प्लीज।
the place or places visited by him, the statement of the circumstances ascertained through his investigation. The particulars of the information laid must be recorded in the case diary immediately after the entry of the time at which the information was received. The method of writing the record of an investigation is explained in section 5th, chapter 1, part 4, which deals with the investigation.
जी सर, क्या मतलब हुआ सर इसका? सर थोड़ा सा आप हमारा ज्ञानवर्धन कीजिए सर, केस वेस तो अभी छोड़ दीजिए, और वही आप ज्ञान दोगे वही आपके खिलाफ जाएगा, एक अलग बात है। तो पता हमें पूरा है, हम तो आप यू आर नो बडी टू गिव अ क्लीन चिट टू यू मिस्टर, डोंट ट्राई टू गिव अ क्लीन चिट टू यू। नो मिस्टर प्लीज, your additional SP could not complete the inquiry within 4 days, which required only 1 minute. आप कौन सी एफिशिएंसी की बात कर रहे हैं? देख तो लिया ना आपने एफिशिएंसी, मुझे कितना समय लगा? नहीं, मैं अब आप ये मत कहिएगा कि आपके एडिशनल एसपी को कुछ नहीं आता। मिस्टर कुल मिला के इतना था कि 2017 के बाद क्या हुआ और कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, राइट? जरायम रजिस्टर कब गया आपके एडिशनल एसपी के पास? मतलब 2 दिन यहां से पड़ा, उन्होंने कभी कुछ किया नहीं। बुलवा लीजिए सर, अभी आप ज्यादा बीच में बोलेंगे ना, अब बुलवा लो एडिशनल एसपी को भी, पता करें और फिर आपके एसपी से पूछते हैं कि जब तुम्हें डायरेक्शन था तो तुमने एडिशनल एसपी को भेजा क्यों? शर्म आती है इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने में? शर्म आती है एसपी को इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने में? शर्म आती है? फिर क्यों नहीं किया उसने? क्यों नहीं किया उसने? वेयर इज ही वाज डायरेक्टेड टू फाइल हिज पर्सनल एफिडेविट. When he was directed to file his personal affidavit, why he handed over the inquiry to the additional SP? आंसर दीजिए सर. क्या रिकॉर्ड? 1 मिनट लगा है मुझे. क्या रिकॉर्ड? थाने के रिकॉर्ड्स क्या होते हैं भाई? जराइम रजिस्टर होता है, पुलिस केस डायरी होती है, जनरल डायरी होती है. 3 रिकॉर्ड देखा? डायरी देखी उसने आपके एडिशनल एसपी ने? 24 आवर्स तो बहुत दूर है भाई साहब. भूल जाइए, मैं 1 मिनट का, इस केस में 1 मिनट का भी टाइम नहीं दे रहा हूं. नो सर, योर पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट हैज नॉट इंप्रूव्ड इटसेल्फ. वो हर आदमी एक ही ढर्रे पे काम कर रहा है. हाउ टू नॉट टू वर्क, दैट इज ऑल. दिस इज अनफॉर्चुनेट थिंग. And this observation is not meant for those persons who are really working. जिस पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट का यहाँ पे है, एक एसपी आपका फर्जी रिपोर्ट देता है, अपने ही खिलाफ फर्जी रिपोर्ट देता है, तब आपको नहीं लगा था? एक एसपी जो अपना खुद इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने के बजाय एडिशनल एसपी को दे रहा है और एडिशनल एसपी सो रहा है, और आप कहते हैं कि हमें अभी समय चाहिए. कितना इंक्वायरी में टाइम लगा सर?
टाइम नहीं लगना चाहिए था. और
नहीं लगना चाहिए था. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम राइटिंग.
सर मेरा ये कहना.
नो सर, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डिफर द डिक्टेशन. सॉरी सर. Sorry, sir.
10:15 it will be taken back.
Sorry, sir. I am not going to defer the order now. And ask your SP to submit his explanation. What was the order from this court? मजाक में लाके रखा हुआ है आपने हाई कोर्ट के ऑर्डर्स को. Superintendent of Police Balaghat was directed to file his response. Why he did not take up the matter and started conducting inquiry? Is he ashamed of conducting investigations? या उसको इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना नहीं आता, ये बताइए. नहीं सर, बहुत हो गया. 5058/2024. This petition under Article 226 of Constitution of India has been filed. No, sir, please stop, sir. Has been filed. Seeking the following relief.
An opportunity may be extended.
Very sorry state of affairs of the police department working in the district of Balaghat. On 12th, police staff. On an FIR lodged by the complainant, a closure report was filed in the year 2017. And the closure report was rejected by the magistrate in the year 2017 only. Thereafter, the police did not take any action, and accordingly, this petition was filed. Petition has been filed. This court, by order dated 12/3/2024, had passed the following order. It appears that the Superintendent of Police Balaghat, instead of taking up the matter on his own, delegated his authority to the additional Superintendent of Police Balaghat to look into the matter. Police system. And, full stop, comma, and according to Shri Swapnil Ganguly, the additional Superintendent of Police Balaghat could not conclude the inquiry even after expiry of 4 days, be that whatever it may be. On 19/3/2024, श्री सर आपका क्या नाम है? अंजी अंजुल अयंत मिश्रा, CSP Balaghat was present on his own because this court had not directed for personal appearance of any officer. Police system. it was submitted that the present TI has been placed, TI police station Kotwali has been placed under suspension. Since this the CSP Balaghat had not brought the Jaraim register, therefore the case was adjourned for today. The original Jaraim register has been produced. दीजिएगा. It appears that on 29/9/2017, the investigating officer received a consent letter from the for filing the closure report. However, there is no observation. Like from the last entry, it does not appear that any closure report was to be filed and when it was filed. Thereafter, it is the case of the police respondents that the closure report was filed and it was rejected. In the Jaraim register, there is no entry about the filing of the closure report as well as the outcome of the set. Police staff. When this Jaraim register was looked into in the first half of the day, it was submitted by CSP Kotwali that in the Jaraim register, the summary of the proceedings conducted by the investigating officer are mentioned, are also mentioned. From the Jaraim register, it is clear that it is not mentioned. इसमें देखिए बताइए कि क्लोजर रिपोर्ट खारिजी पेश कर दी गई है, इसके बारे में क्या एंट्री है? खारिजी पेश कर दी गई है आज, उसकी एंट्री कहाँ है? पढ़ के बताइएगा. पढ़ के बताइए कि आज हमने खारिजी पेश कर दी है. आप मुझे आंसर दीजिए, वो नहीं बचा पाएंगे आपको. खारिजी पेश कर दी गई है, ये कहाँ लिखा है?
सर उसके बाद जो एएसआई मिश्राम के द्वारा सर थाने में इसमें एंट्री है सर.
कहाँ लिखा गया है कि खारिजी पेश कर दी गई है? बस इतना पहले बताइए, फिर आगे सुनूंगा आपसे. मैं नहीं कह रहा कि आपकी बात नहीं सुनूंगा.
माय लॉर्ड इसमें शॉर्ट में लिखा है, हमने ये
क्या लिखा है शॉर्ट में?
साना देखा था माय लॉर्ड. तो
भाई साहब, आपसे जितना पूछा उतना बताइए. खारिजी पेश कर दी गई है, कहाँ लिखा है?
सर
हाँ या नहीं?
नहीं लिखा सर, केस नंबर लिखा है सर बस खारिजी का.
कहाँ लिखा है कि आज माननीय न्यायालय में खारिजी पेश कर दी गई है? सीधा सा प्रश्न पूछ रहा हूँ. नहीं लिखा है. क्या
24 का लिखा है सर, 2017 वाला नहीं लिखा है सर.
मुझे नहीं मालूम. आपकी लास्ट एंट्री में खारिजी पेश कर दी गई है, ये कहाँ लिखा है, ये बताइए. कुछ नहीं है कहीं पर भी. गांगुली साहब, मैं बता देता हूँ कहाँ कहाँ पे लैप्सेस हैं इनके. आप तो भी सीख लो. सीएसपी साहब, आपसे जितना पूछा उतना बताइए, उसके बाद हमको डिक्टेशन ऑर्डर आगे बढ़ाना है.
रिस्पेक्ट सर नहीं है सर.
हैं?
इसमें पेश कब किया सर खारिजी, ये मेंशन नहीं है सर,
नहीं है।
बट इसमें शॉर्ट में लिखा है सर।
क्या
इस-
करना है?
नहीं सर, ये सर जो साना ये एंट्री है सर, ये पेश करने के बाद ही लिखा गया है सर, बट जो आईओ थे उन्होंने ये नहीं लिखा कि पेश कर दी गई है।
क्या लिखा है इसमें, पढ़ के बताइए।
प्राप्त डायरी थाना प्रभारी महोदय द्वारा अग्रिम विवेचना हेतु करने अवलोकन करने कायमी पूर्व में उन्हीं जगदीश गोयल द्वारा एवं विवेचना करके खारिजी प्रकरण में 6/14 दिनांक 27/9/14 भेजने माननीय न्यायालय खारिजी व स्वीकृति हेतु प्राप्त पत्र माननीय रामजी लाल ताम्रकार मुख्य न्यायिक मजिस्ट्रेट बालाघाट आपराधिक प्रकरण क्रमांक 96/14 दिनांक 21/9/14 बताने हालात थाना प्रभारी महोदय को स्थगित डायरी।
क्या है, कहाँ भेजा है, कहाँ भेजा, कब लगाया, और खारिजी कब पेश हुई है ये बताओ।
सर केस नंबर जो मिला
खारिजी कब पेश हुई पहले ये बताओ।
1/11/2014 को पेश हुई।
ये एंट्री कब की है?
29/9/17 की बेटा।
तो 2 महीने पहले आपको नंबर मिल गए थे फाइलिंग से, कितना फर्जी काम करोगे भाई। ये 2 महीने पहले नंबर कैसे मिल गया था आपको? जैसे एक बार गांगुली जी बता रहे थे कि जब आप लोग के रोजनामचे साने रजिस्टर में चलते थे तो कुछ साने छोड़ छोड़ के चलाते थे आप लोग। गांगुली जी ने बताया था हमको ऐसा। तो आपने क्या सोच रखा है कि कोर्ट भी नंबर छोड़ छोड़ के चलती है, कि आप आओगे तो यार 2 महीने आपके लिए नंबर जगह छोड़ दें? हैं?
माफी चाहते हैं।
माफी मत छोड़ दीजिए सर, आप तो अपने डीजीपी से माफी मांगिए, हमें कोई लेना देना नहीं आपकी माफी से। क्या माफी मांगना है सर, आप सीएसपी थे थाने में, क्या देखा आपने?
सर चूंकि यह अपराध सर,
हाँ चूंकि तो ऐसा ही है सर। अभी तो आप अभी तो आई हो, 2 साल तो हुए आपको आए हुए, यही तो आपका कहना है। रिसेंट लिखाओ, दिखाओ दिखाओ दिखाओ, हाँ लिखाओ, बताओ। हो गया सर, सुन लिया, बताइए। थोड़ा जोर से बोल भाई।
When this Jarine register was registered in first half of the day, it was submitted by CSP Equality that in the Jarine register, the summary of the proceedings conducted by the investigating officers are also mentioned.
Full stop. Accordingly, he was directed to point out from the last entry as to whether the filing of the closure report is mentioned therein or not. दीजिएगा सर। By referring to the entry dated 29/9/2017, it is submitted that although the filing of the closure report has not been mentioned specifically, but the gist of the entry indicates that the closure report was filed, because it also contains the case number, that is 96/14. Accordingly, the CSP Balaghat was directed to point out the date on which the closure report was filed. After taking instructions from, उनका भी नाम बता दो सर।
Pradeep Singh.
हैं?
Mr. Pradeep Singh.
Pradeep Singh, sub inspector, posted in police station Kotwali. It is submitted by CSP Balaghat that closure report was filed on 1/11/2014. Thus, the explanation given by CSP Balaghat that the entry dated 29/9/2017 is in a summary form indicating the filing of the closure report is per se false and misleading. How the investigating officer can make an entry with regard to filing of closure report when the closure report was still lying in the police station itself and it was filed after more than a month? Be that whatever it may be, but it is not the end of the illegalities which were being committed by the investigating officer. Thereafter, मुझे बता दीजिए, देखिए अभी ऑर्डर कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है, अगर आपका आंसर रीजनेबल दिखेगा तो ऑर्डर चेंज भी हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी। आप हम मुझे नहीं बताएंगे, वहां बताएंगे तो मैंने उनको सुनना नहीं है, क्योंकि इनको पुलिस विभाग के बारे में ज्यादा मालूम नहीं है। ये जो आप बताएंगे ये मान लेंगे, आप तो मुझे बताओ सीधा।
Sir, again tendering my.
Accept tendering your apology, give the explanation.
सर ये रोजनामचा साना है सर 29/9/2017 का। इसमें मेंशन्ड है सर कि माननीय न्यायालय के समक्ष पेश किया गया था, जिसमें माननीय न्यायालय द्वारा वापस विवेचना हेतु आदेशित किया गया। सर अब उसमें
फर्दर इन्वेस्टिगेशन का डायरेक्शन था, राइट? अब आ जाओ। It is submitted by, faced with such a situation, it is submitted by Shri so and so that as per the Rojanamcha Sana dated 29/9/2017, the closure report was filed, but it was returned by the concerning magistrate with a direction to conduct a further investigation. दे दीजिए वो भी,
सर इसमें रिक्वेस्ट ये है सर,
दे दीजिए सर। The Rojanamcha Sana dated 29/9/2017, which was provided by CSP Balaghat, reads as under. ये भी लो। Thus, it is clear that the magistrate had rejected the closure report, which was filed on 29th of September 2017, with a specific direction to conduct a further investigation, but the investigating officer, instead of following the orders passed by the concerning court and instead of conducting the further investigation, it appears that again filed the same closure report on 1/11/2017. Why the investigating officer was out and out to file the same closure report in violation of the order passed by the concerning magistrate speaks in volumes, but unfortunately, the police department is not in a position to realize the same. The closure report was filed on 1/11/2017. Now, according to CSP Balaghat, the closure report was filed once again on 1/11/2017. However, it is fairly considered, अब जरा डायरी में देख के बताइए कि 29/9/2007 के बाद फर्दर इन्वेस्टिगेशन क्या हुआ? डायरी आपको दी थी? मेरे पास है, सॉरी मेरे पास। अरे आप उनसे मत बताइए, आप बैठे ज्यादा अच्छे लग रहे हो इस केस में। स्वप्निल जी, आप ही तो सर पकड़ के बैठ गए। अभी तो आप कह रहे थे ना कि सर, अरे छोड़ो, बैठो। अरे बैठो भाई, नो सर, बैठिए, आराम से बैठिए। नो सर, प्लीज बैठिए। सर प्लीज बैठिए। स्वप्निल जी, आप खुद ही थक हार के बैठ गए भाई। सर पकड़ के बैठ गए थे, ये क्यों बता दिया इन्होंने? आप अपने साथियों से बोल रहे थे मर गया ये, यही बोला था ना आपने? जी सर, अब आप बताइए 29/9/2017 के बाद क्या इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुआ? सर मुझे कोई रिक्वेस्ट नहीं सुननी। 29/9/2017 के बाद क्या इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुआ, बस इतना बता दीजिए।
इसके बाद सर 22 जुलाई 2021 की
29/9/2017 के बाद कभी डायरी खुली? अभी आप याद रखिएगा कि 29/9 को मजिस्ट्रेट साहब ने फर्दर इन्वेस्टिगेशन का डायरेक्शन दिया था, उसकी लाइट में बात कर रहा हूं। देख के बताओ खुली कि नहीं खुली?
सर 29/9/2017 के बाद सर केस डायरी
After accordingly, CSP Balaghat was directed to go through the case diary and to point out as to whether any further investigation was done by the investigating officer or not. After going through the police case diary, it was fairly considered by Shri so and so that the police case diary that no further investigation was done by the investigating officer after the rejection of the first closure report. and the diary was opened for the first time on 22 कौन सी तारीख में? On 22/7/2021. Therefore, it is clear that the investigating officer was out and out to flout the orders of the court for the reasons best known to him, which requires a thorough investigation. In case if this court gives any conclusion with regard to the intentions of the investigating officer, then it would be too early to draw that inference. But one thing is clear, that the investigating officer was out and out to flout the orders of the court and did not further investigate the matter and filed the closure report on 1/11/2017 on the similar closure report date on 1/11/2017. अब ये क्लोजर रिपोर्ट कब रिजेक्ट हो गई?
सर इसी के
सेकंड बार कब रिजेक्ट हुई?
सर अभी पेश की गई है सर, फर्स्ट टाइम रिजेक्ट होने के बाद सर अभी पेश
जब 29/9/2017 को बस वही क्लोजर रिपोर्ट रिजेक्ट हुई है,
यस
दूसरी बार नहीं पेश हुई है।
सर उसी के
तो 1/11 को क्या पेश कर दिया था?
सर वो मैं माफी चाहता हूँ सर, मुझे क्लियर नहीं कि वो डेट क्यों मेंशन्ड है सर जरायम रजिस्टर में।
आपके एसआई ने बोला है
सर वो जरायम रजिस्टर में मेंशन है सर, बट
कहाँ मेंशन है जरायम रजिस्टर में?
सर उसी क्लोजर जो नीचे सर लिखा है 2014 के एमजी नंबर सर,
यहाँ
क्लोजर नंबर उसमें नीचे मेंशन
देख के बताइए सर।
सर
At this stage, it is submitted by Shri so and so that in fact, no closure report was filed after the rejection of first closure report on 29/9/2017, and now the closure report has been filed on 15/3/2024. Accordingly, he was directed to explain as to why on the earlier occasion he had stated that the closure report was filed on 1/11/2024, 2017. 2014, 14 में भी कोई क्लोजर रिपोर्ट है क्या?
सर वो खारिजी नंबर उसी वर्ष का मिलता है सर जिसमें
अच्छा, तो 1/11/14 क्यों लिखा है इसमें?
उस दिन शायद मैं माफी चाहता हूँ सर, मुझे क्लियर नहीं है सर, मैं कंफर्म करके और बता पाऊंगा सर।
मतलब 1/11/2014 को भी क्लोजर रिपोर्ट फाइल हुई थी क्या?
संभवतः सर थाने पे काटी गई होगी सर, मुझे स्पष्ट
संभवतः थाने पे काट दी गई, वो डायरी देखो ना, होगा ना आपके पास। It is submitted that in the Jarayam register, it is mentioned that one closure report was filed on 1/11/2014 containing MJCR number 1013718/2014. Accordingly, it is submitted that earlier he had made he submitted that by mistake earlier he had made an incorrect statement that the second closure report was filed on 1/11/2017. However, CSP Balaghat was not in a position to explain as to whether any closure report was also filed on 1/11/2014, and if so, what orders were passed by the magistrate. Since the endorsement, which is in red color, also contains the case number as MJCR/013718/2014. Therefore, it appears that that first closure report was filed sometime in the year 2014, which was not accepted by the magistrate, be that whatever it may be. One thing is clear, that after the closure report dated 29/9/2017 was rejected with a clear direction to conduct a further investigation. Nothing was done by the investigating officer. Furthermore, there is nothing in it was also not mentioned in the Jarayam register that the investigation is closed. Accordingly, it is clear that even according to the records of the police department, the investigation was pending. But still, the officers inspecting the police station conveniently ignored the said aspect. Police system. It is not out of place to mention here that in the Jarayam register, after the entry dated 29/9/2017 has been made, another entry has been made to the which reads as under खारजी पेश दिनांक 15/3/24 न्यायालय माननीय CGM महोदय केस नंबर MJCR/33/24/15/3/2024. It is submitted by CSP Balaghat that after conducting the further investigation, now the closure report has been filed, which is still pending consideration before the court of CGM Balaghat. Since the closure report is pending consideration, therefore this court would not like to make any comment on the merits of the case, but would certainly like to consider whether the officers were discharged, whether the negligence on the part of the investigating officer as well as the supervising officers is amounts to negligence, or they were out and out to act in a particular manner with an intention to give undue advantage to any other person. Accordingly, Shri so-and-so CSP Balaghat was directed to explain as to what steps were taken by him to look into the matter. It was submitted by Shri so-and-so that he has recently joined. Accordingly, he was directed to disclose the date of joining. Then he submitted that he had joined on 22/4/2022. It is really surprising that even after spending 1 year and 11 months, the CSP Balaghat is of the view that he has recently joined. Be that whatever it may be, it is for the DGP as well as for the state government to look into the conduct of their officers. Accordingly, CSP Balaghat was directed to point out from the Jarayam register or from the police case diary as to whether there is any entry with regard to holding of any further investigation or not. After going through the police case diary, it was submitted by Shri so-and-so CSP Balaghat that as per the statements which are the part of the police case diary, the statement of Shrimati Jyoti, one of the accused, was recorded on 25/1/2021. Statement of one Shekhar was recorded on 15/2/2021. Statement of one Shrimati Smriti Nagpure was recorded on 21/7/2021. And the statement of Shri Devendra was recorded on 22/7/2021. Accordingly, Shri so-and-so CSP Balaghat was directed to point out from the case diary as to whether any case diary proceedings were written on 25/1/2021, 15/2/2021, and 21/7/2021, pointing out that the statements of Shrimati Jyoti, Shekhar, and Smriti Nagpure were recorded on the said dates. It is fairly considered by Shri so-and-so CSP Balaghat that the police case diary does not contain the case diary proceedings of the said date. It was further submitted by Shri so-and-so that ideally को थोड़ा सा bold और underline कर दीजिएगा, the investigating officer must record the proceedings in the case diary on the date when the investigation was done, but in the present case, it has not been done. Accordingly, Shri So-and-so was directed to explain the meaning of word ideally and was directed to point out from the police regulations as to whether the investigating officer is required to record the daily proceedings, or he can write as per on any subsequent date as per his convenience. By referring to paragraph 642 of police regulations, it was fairly considered by Shri So-and-so CSP Balaghat that daily action taken by the investigating officer has to be recorded in the case diary. Para 640 police system. However, it is fairly considered that the investigating officer did not record the police case diary proceedings on 25/1/21, 15/2/21, and 21/7/2021. The daily case diary proceedings are generally recorded to cross-check the action taken by the investigating officer. Once there is no document to cross-check as to whether the investigating officer had really recorded the statements of Shrimati Jyoti on 25/1/21, Shekhar on 15/2/2021, and Smriti Nakpure on 21/7/2021, then there is every possibility that the investigating officer must have concocted and created the false statements of the aforementioned witnesses as well as accused, be that whatever it may be. The police case diary contains the case diary proceedings dated 22/7/2021, which reads as under. वो भी ले लीजिए पूरा. In this case diary proceedings, there is no mention that the statements of case diary रोज नामचा नहीं चाहिए मेरे को. That the statements of Shrimati Jyoti, Shri Shekhar, Shrimati Smriti Nakpure were recorded on 25/1/21, 15/2/21, and 21/7/2021. But it is clear from the case diary proceedings dated, it appears from the case diary proceedings dated 22/7/2021, the statements of the witnesses were recorded on the said date. That is 22/7/21. Thus, it is clear that the investigating officer was manipulating the records, and it was not noticed by the by the officers having supervisory power. Furthermore, ये अपना 25/1/15/2 और 21/7 इसका कोई रोजनामचा भी नहीं है, ये है. Furthermore, it is fairly considered by Shri So-and-so CSP Balaghat that no rojanamcha sana of 25/1/2021, 15/2/2021, and 21/7/2021 are in existence to justify the recording or to corroborate the recording of statements of Shrimati Jyoti, Shri Shekhar, and Shrimati Nakpure, Smriti Nakpure on the aforesaid dates. Thus, in all probabilities, the investigating officer has created and concocted the statements by projecting them to be the statements of the witnesses and the accused. It is also not known as to whether the investigating officer had visited their houses or the witnesses and as well as the accused was summoned in the police station. Even from the case diary proceedings dated 22/7/2021, it is not clear that the investigating officer had ever visited the house of Devendra or Devendra was called in the police station. The police case diary also does not contain any notice issued to any of the witness to indicate that they were ever called by the investigating officer in the police station. Thus, even the police case diary proceedings dated 22/7/2021 is under the cloud of suspicion and it appears that nothing was done except creating the false documents. And that is why all these proceedings do not find place in the Jarayam register. Thereafter, the misdeeds of the investigating officer did not come to an end. And then he again conveniently sat on the further investigation, sat on the matter. The Superintendent of Police Balaghat in his affidavit has stated that during the monthly crime control meeting, this case was not shown pending, and therefore it was not within his knowledge that this investigation is pending. It is really surprising that in the Jarayam register, it has not been disclosed that this investigation is over. Still, it was being projected by the investigating officer as well as the concerning SHO police station, Balaghat, Kotwali ki Balaghat hai, sir? Kotwali Balaghat, as the closed investigation. Why the SHO police station Kotwali Balaghat was showing such keen interest by showing this investigation as closed is also a matter of investigation. Police system. However, the darker side of the picture is yet to come. This court, by order dated 12/3/2024, had directed the Superintendent of Police to file his affidavit. But instead of taking up the matter in his own hand and looking at the documents and making an attempt to file a proper affidavit, it appears that he also dealt with the case in the most casual manner. It is submitted by Shri Swapnil Ganguly that on 16th of March 2024, the matter was handed over to the Additional Superintendent of Police to conduct an inquiry. It is really shocking that the Superintendent of Police Balaghat, instead of conducting an inquiry on his own, delegated the matter to Superintendent of Police, Additional Superintendent of Police Balaghat, who also sat conveniently, knowing fully well that the case was listed for 19th of March 2024 for consideration of affidavit of Superintendent of Police Balaghat. It is submitted by Shri Swapnil Ganguly that some reasonable time is required for the Additional Superintendent of Police Balaghat to look into the affairs. It is really surprising that the entire controversy revolves within three documents. Revolves in three documents: Jarayam Register, Rojnam Chasana, and case diary, police case diary. Still, the Additional Superintendent of Police Balaghat was not in a position to conclude the inquiry within a period of 4 days, whereas the entire illegalities were detected by this court within 2 minutes after looking at all the three documents. Thus, it appears that the entire effort of the Superintendent of Police Balaghat as well as the Additional SP Balaghat is to protect the officers, police officers, who were malafidely acting in the present case. Police system. Accordingly, the Director General of Police Balaghat, the state of Madhya Pradesh, is directed to conduct an inquiry into the matter and fix the responsibility of Superintendent of Police Balaghat, Additional Superintendent of Police Balaghat, Shri So-and-so CSP Balaghat, present SHO Police Station Kotwali Balaghat, the then SHO Police Station Kotwali Balaghat, as well as the investigating officer. This court has already come to a conclusion that the investigating officer as well as the then SHO police station, Kotwali district, Balaghar, were out and out to give undue advantage to the accused persons, because in spite of the direction because first of all, they took 4 years to file the closure report. Bracket mein likhega, this finding is not final because the Jarayam register also contains a date that on 1/11/2014, one more closure report was filed. And the outcome of this said closure report is not known. Bracket close. Thereafter, without making any corresponding entry as required under the different provisions of police regulations, the documents were created by falsely showing that the investigation has been done. And again, the matter went in hibernation, and the investigating officer was all the time sleeping over the matter. And neither the then SHO police station, Kotwali district, Balaghat, took any pains to verify about the status of the pending investigation. And even the CSP, Balaghat, also did not take any pains. Full stop. Accordingly, this court is of the considered opinion that the investigating officer and the then SHO police station, Kotwali, Balaghat, have prima facie committed an offense under section 13(1)(d) of Prevention of Corruption Act, bracket mein likhiyega, since all these things happened prior to the amendment in the Prevention of Corruption Act in the year 2018. Therefore, this court has referred to the pre-amended section of Prevention of Corruption Act, bracket close. Accordingly, the Director General of Police, State of Madhya Pradesh, is directed to register an offence punishable under section 13(1)(d) of PC Act against the then investigating officer and the then SHO police station, Kotwali district, Balaghat. The Director General of Police is also directed to verify as to whether any other person has any role to give undue advantage or not. If it is found that some more persons had given undue advantage and have committed the offense punishable under the Prevention of Corruption Act, then they can also be implicated in the said offense. Let the report be submitted within a period of 1 month from today. List this case on. Today is 20th, sir. 22nd of April 2024. The report shall be submitted. It is made clear that the investigation / inquiry shall be conducted by the Director General of Police, State of Madhya Pradesh only, and he would not delegate or assign this duty to any officer. Full stop. The report must be filed with the affidavit of Director General of Police, State of Madhya Pradesh. Chal. The police case diary as well as the Jarayam register are returned back.
Can I make?
डायरी को अभी आप रख लीजिएगा, उस पर लिखना है, आप ले लीजिएगा. Sir, order is dictated.
Can I make?
There can't be any amendment. Yes, I can add something to that also.
Just one consideration.
हाँ जी.
One.
हाँ बताएं ना बताएं.
Since the instead of DGP, may kindly.
Sir जी.
Or IG or any other.
Yes.
Or other.
Yes. और बेइज्जती कराऊं मैं हाई कोर्ट की.
नहीं sir.
Mr. Swapnil Ganguly, what is your explanation when your SP was directed to file his affidavit? Why he handed over the matter to the additional SP? What is your explanation? Why you are saying that I should give it to some subordinate officer? I didn't ask the DGP right from day one. Initially, I directed the SP, who is the captain of the district, to submit his affidavit. What he did? Handed it over to the additional SP. The additional SP in his turn voluntarily sent this person to the court. जाओ देख क्या बताना क्या हुआ.
सर वो डायरी वगैरह.
That may be, sir. I am least concerned.
उनको तो.
I am least concerned. Please explain why your SP did not conduct the inquiry on his own, specifically when he was required to file his affidavit. No, sir. Sorry.
Sir,
No, sir, sorry. A big sorry, because I have seen the conduct of your SP and I don't want the repetition of that aspect in this court. At this stage, it is submitted by Shri Swapnil Ganguly that instead of directing the Director General of Police, State of Madhya Pradesh to conduct an inquiry, some another officer like IG may be directed to do the needful. Consider the submissions made by counsel for the state. This court, by order dated 12/3/2024, had directed the Superintendent of Police Balaghat to submit his affidavit explaining the issues mentioned in the said order. Shockingly, the Superintendent of Police Balaghat did not take the order with seriousness and in his turn handed over the inquiry to the Additional Superintendent of Police Balaghat. If the police officers are not ready to take the orders of the court with seriousness and if they are not ready to realize the mistakes which are being committed by their own department, then this court is left with no other option but to direct the Director General of Police to conduct the inquiry by himself so that he can realize the malified actions which are being done by his subordinate police officers, thereby jeoparding the rights of the citizens of the country. Accordingly, the prayer for assigning the inquiry to some other officer except